Thank you so much for today. I'm really happy you accepted my proposal. I'm truly happy. I promise to make Emma happy.
Thank you as well. I'll do my best to make Tony happy too.
Haha. So, can we visit your parents' house to greet them next time? I want to properly greet Emma's parents about our marriage.
Yes, I need to visit Tony's house too. I'll ask my parents for a convenient schedule. But don't worry, both of my parents are kind and there's no need to be nervous. I think they'll be overjoyed to welcome us for the marriage greeting.
I hope so, but I'm still nervous.
I'm nervous too, you know. I'll be meeting Tony's sister for the first time. I visited their house a few times, but I haven't met Jane yet.
She's a little shy. She has a slight brother complex, but it should be fine.
I had a feeling, but she really does have a brother complex. She must hate the idea of her brother getting married, especially to someone 10 years older. I'm nervous about the marriage greeting.
Age doesn't matter. Emma is beautiful and cute, and she's my perfect fiancée. I'll explain how wonderful Emma is, and I'm sure they'll accept her.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'll contact you again once we've adjusted our schedules.
Yeah, I'll ask my parents and sister about their schedule too.
Don't ever come to our house again, you old hag! I will never accept you as my brother's wife. Don't get ahead of yourself, you middle-aged woman! This is too much just for a greeting. Throwing tea at me is just cruel. You're the cruel one! At your age, you should be ashamed of yourself for going after a man 10 years younger. Don't dirty my brother. Jane. Today, my beloved brother said he was bringing someone important, so I dressed up cute and waited. But it turned out to be a middle-aged woman. Think about how I feel. Even throwing tea doesn't calm my anger. I should have thrown hot water or oil instead. What an extreme brother complex. Huh? You think I'm opposing the marriage because I have a brother complex? Sorry, but I'm not like those other brother complex girls. Huh? My brother is getting older and I'm prepared for him to get married. The most important thing for me is for him to be happy. So I didn't intend to oppose the marriage. Is that so? But a hag like you is different. There's no way my brother can be happy marrying a woman 10 years older. So I won't hand him over to you. Marry someone your own age, you old hag. It's natural for the family to worry about the age gap, but I want to marry Tony. It's not because he's younger, it's because it's him that I want to marry. Shut up, you old hag! You must have threatened my brother. There's no way he'd decide to marry an old hag like you. Threaten? That's not... You must be the stalker who's been bothering my brother. He's been saying he's getting weird letters in the mailbox, and he feels someone watching him at work. You're that stalker. You took advantage of my brother's kindness and forced him into marriage. Wait a minute. Tony is being stalked? I've never heard of that. How shameless of you, even though you're the stalker. You finally resorted to extreme measures and directly asked my brother to marry you, didn't you? You're a crazy woman who would do anything like stalking. You must have said various unreasonable things and approached my brother. That's why my kind-hearted brother reluctantly decided to marry you. Jane, listen. I didn't do any stalking. I didn't force him to marry me either. In fact, Tony was the one who proposed to me. Huh? There's no way my brother would propose to that old hag. Take a look in the mirror, you wrinkled old woman. A wrinkled old woman, you say? An old hag past her prime isn't suitable for my brother. I won't hand my brother over to a stingy old lady. Don't flirt with a man 10 years younger at your age, you color-blinded old woman. So you're okay with breaking up? Of course. There's no way this could be anything but a broken engagement. I understand. No matter what I say, you won't listen. Whenever you open your mouth, it's old hag, old hag, old hag. Marriage is impossible in this situation, of course. In that case, I'll have our engagement annulled. You're surprisingly understanding. Don't ever approach my brother again. I'll protect my brother's happiness.
Wait a minute, Emma. I heard the answering machine and I absolutely don't want to break off our engagement. I'm really sorry about what happened with my sister today, but please don't say we're breaking up.
I don't want to say it either, but there's no choice. After that, I received many horrible texts telling me to annul the engagement. I was prepared for some degree of brother complex, but this is beyond the limit.
I'm really sorry about that. Honestly, I didn't think it would go that far either.
I tried to persuade her in my own way, but she wouldn't listen at all. On top of that, she labeled me as a stalker. I had hot tea thrown at me and was treated like a stalker. I don't want to become a family with someone like that.
You're kidding. Did Jane really say such rude things?
I had no idea. So Tony was suffering from stalking. It's a little sad that there was no consultation or anything.
No, I just didn't want you to worry. So I didn't say anything. I actually wanted to consult with you first, but I was scared of what might happen to Emma if she got involved. That's why I couldn't say anything.
Is the stalker that dangerous?
Crazy enough that I can feel it. There are letters in the mailbox saying I'll protect you. I feel like I'm being watched on my way to work and at work. Recently, they've even been trying to take over my social media account.
What? Really?
No harm has been done so far thanks to the two-factor authentication, but I often get emails saying that an unknown device tried to log in.
That's really scary, isn't it?
Right? That's why I couldn't consult even if I wanted to. I accidentally mentioned it to my sister once, but I never thought it would make Emma suspicious. I'm really sorry.
No, it's not something you have to apologize for.
I'll take responsibility and clear up the misunderstanding, so please reconsider the engagement cancellation. If I get married, it has to be with Emma.
Thank you for saying that. It seems I was upset after being called a stalker and an old hag. I'm sorry for reacting and saying we should break up.
No, Emma doesn't need to apologize. So for now, let's put the engagement cancellation on hold. If I can persuade my sister, please let me propose to you again. So please wait until then.
Yes, I'll wait. It must be difficult to persuade your sister, but do your best. Thank you for breaking up with me obediently. Now my brother's happiness is protected. Don't dream of marrying a younger man when you're an old hag. Serves you right, stalker. As I've said many times, I'm not a stalker. Can you stop already? Huh? Are you still going to play dumb at this point? You're a pretty bad loser for an old hag. That's why you're still single and unsold. Huh? Oh, how pitiful. If it weren't for my strong opposition, you could have married my brother. You were so close to getting a younger husband in your dream. Too bad. I wonder if you're still crying and swollen by now. You're already ugly, but now you're even uglier. Can you really stop it already? What's wrong with being 10 years older than him? I don't think I deserve to be ridiculed that much by you. Shut up, old hag! If you have time to complain to me, why don't you hurry up and try matchmaking? Oh, I'm sorry. Even if you try matchmaking, no one will take you anymore, right? You're a single woman in your 40s with a stalker-like personality. You'll be a lifelong unsold single. Not just me, but your beloved brother too. With a sister like you, he'll never be able to get married, right? How pitiful. Such a wonderful person, but he'll end up being a lifelong unsold single man. Huh? Don't put my brother in the same category as you, an old hag. The reason I canceled the engagement this time is all for my brother's sake. Don't misunderstand. For my brother's sake, huh? I don't think your brother wants any of this. But you insist it's all for your brother's sake. That's right. I want my brother to be happy. So I'll find the right partner for my brother. I'm the one who knows my brother best. So the woman I approve of is the one who's suitable to be my brother's wife. If you understand, get lost, you disqualified old hag.
Then, for my happiness, you disappear.
Huh?
You want me to be happy, right? So please, I'm asking you to disappear. I think that's the best way for me to be happy quickly.
What? What is this? Is this, by any chance, my brother?
Yeah, I'm the brother who you love. And I'm the brother who's the most fed up with you in the world right now.
Huh?
Marrying Emma was my happiness. I knew there was a happy future waiting for me if I married her. Even so, my sister, who seems to break that, should disappear from me. It's for my happiness. If you want me to be happy, you can do this much, right?
Wait a minute, brother. What's the matter all of a sudden? The atmosphere is scary. Don't say such terrible things as disappear. Why would you say that to me, who is trying my best for my brother?
You also told Emma to disappear or break up, right? What's wrong with saying something similar? Or what? Is it okay to say words that hurt when you are told to others calmly?
Why do you say such cold things? Even though I'm doing everything for my brother. That girl, she's my brother's stalker. I can tell she was denying it, but it's definitely a stalker. Why would you take the side of someone who bothers my brother like that?
The one who bothers me the most is you, Jane. And the stalker is probably you. How can you calmly blame someone else for that?
Huh?
I thought it would be better not to poke my head too deep, so I didn't bother to investigate the culprit. But to clear Emma's misunderstanding, I have to find the real culprit, right? That's why I thoroughly investigated. I also set up a camera in front of the mailbox. I had people at work watch out for me. And then, in just a few days, I found out who the culprit was. Moreover, the stalker was you, my own family member.
Wait! That must be some kind of misunderstanding. I'm not stalking my brother. On the contrary, I was trying to protect him from the stalker.
You put letters in my mailbox, didn't you? I will protect you, it said. I will make you happy, I wrote in the letter. It was all caught on the surveillance camera.
So, it was for my brother. I was worried that the stalker might break his heart. But even if I ask him directly if he's okay, he'll say he's okay out of obligation, right? That's why I thought an anonymous letter would get a more honest answer.
Huh?
It's terrible to treat me like I'm stalking my own brother.
Wait a minute. Then who was lurking around my workplace?
I was just doing that for my brother too. You said it a long time ago, didn't you? A person from a business partner keeps making persistent love calls. That's why I was worried in my own way. I just went to check on my brother's workplace regularly.
It's been a while. That was 5 years ago, right? Have you been coming to my workplace since then? Then who's trying to get into my social media account? How does that help me?
That's just a little whim. If I could get into the account, I thought I'd post my cute selfies for you. To show off to everyone that you have such a cute and close sister. I thought it would deter weird women.
You're kidding. So all the stalkers I've thought about until now were you? It's creepy, and even though I was pretending to be strong, I was really scared. It was all my sister who tried to protect me in a nonsensical way.
It's terrible to say, it's meaningless. And I hope it's a lie too. I never thought my brother would think I was a stalker all this time.
Let me just say this. I'm not so weak that I need your protection, and I'll decide my own happiness. Please don't get involved anymore. I will definitely marry Emma. If you insist on opposing it, I'll consider cutting ties with you.
What? Cutting ties?
For now, let's end it here today. I want to sort out my thoughts too.
Big brother? You're not really going to cut ties with me, are you? I did everything for you. I know you understand.
Please be quiet for now.
Huh?
I'll contact you when I've calmed down, so don't contact me or my girlfriend until then, okay? If you break that, we'll cut ties without question.
What should I do? My brother said he seriously wants to cut ties with me. Everything we've done so far will be exposed to our parents. He said he'll leave me in the care of our relatives. I just wanted to protect my beloved brother. I just wanted to find someone suitable for him.
I guess I was the only one who thought that way, even though he didn't really need my help at all. This happened because I meddled in his affairs.
Please, Emma! I'll admit, I'll accept you. So please persuade my brother.
Persuade?
I want you to convince him to reconsider cutting ties with me. I'm sure my brother will listen to what you have to say. He won't listen to me right now. I'll be nice to you from now on. I won't call you an old hag, I promise. I don't want to be apart from my beloved brother.
I'm sorry, but I want to be apart from you.
Huh?
So I'm actually happy that you'll be left in the care of our relatives. I should thank him and contact him right away.
What? Wait a minute. Won't you help me? You're going to talk to my brother, right?
Huh? Was there such a situation? I'm sorry, but a 10-year-older woman, don't understand.
No way!
And I haven't even received an apology from you yet. I had tea poured on me and was falsely accused of stalking. Why do I have to help someone who doesn't apologize for that?
Well, that...
Well, even if you apologize, I won't forgive you.
I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done.
But even if you apologize, it's too late. A woman in her 40s is strict about that. Well, let's reconsider our engagement once we've calmed down. Even if we get engaged again, don't be mad.
I won't be mad. I'll be happy. So please convince my brother.
Absolutely not.
Huh?
Even if we get married, I won't invite you to the wedding and I'll never see you again. Goodbye, Jane. Take care.
No! Why won't you forgive me when I'm apologizing so much?
After discussing with both families, it was decided that Jane would be left in the care of relatives as soon as possible. Apparently, there is a ranch in the mountains of Oregon that is desperately in need of help. As they thought having many siblings would calm her brother complex, she was told to call the sheep on the farm Big Brother. After that, we registered our marriage when things settled down and had a wedding ceremony.
This house is such a mess. Why do you never help out around the house, Emma? You live here too, so I don't know why you think it's okay to just leave it a dump. Have some pride, will you?
What are you on about, Mom? The place should be clean. I made sure to do a clean of it yesterday evening. I mean, it wasn't a deep clean or anything, but it was enough so that the house was tidy.
Well, it's not. There's dirty dishes everywhere in the kitchen, not to mention that the surfaces are covered in crumbs and food splotches. Also, your laundry is everywhere. What do you think this place is? A dry cleaners or something? If you're going to live in this house with me, then you need to understand that I don't like a mess. You should know that from growing up here. Since when has it ever been okay for you to leave the place a dump?
Well, that's not my fault. I cleaned the kitchen from top to bottom. If there's anything dirty in there now, then it's Harley's. As for my washing, there's a small pile of it next to the washing machine that needs ironing. That's it. I know that you don't like a lot of mess in the house, Mom, so I try to keep it a minimum. However, sometimes things might be a little messy if I'm busy or if I've not had the chance to clean up everything yet. But the place isn't a dump. You can't expect it to be spotless all of the time. People do live here, you know.
Uh-huh. Well, now that you're an adult, you need to step up and actually help out around the house. You can say that you've cleaned all you want, but unless I see you doing it or the place is spotless, then I'm not inclined to really believe you. You can't really call the state of the house clean right now, can you?
But it is. I always help out around the house and make sure that everything is as tidy as it can be. I'm actually the only one to do any of the cleaning and tidying. You and Harley never do it. If it weren't for me, you'd be living in a pigsty.
Well, that's just not true. How can you speak to me like that? And how could you lie about your brother like that? He's always helping out and making sure that everything is as clean and tidy as possible. He's told me all about how you try and take credit for all of his hard work around the house. I have to say, that is really not the best thing to hear, Emma. You shouldn't do that.
But I don't do that. Harley never cleans. Like, at all. I couldn't take credit for it even if I wanted to, as he never cleans up after himself. Let alone think about others and help them out if they need it.
Well, now I know you're just lying. Harley is truly a little angel, he is. My perfect son. I know that he wouldn't lie to me about anything. So if he says that he cleans up and that you try and take credit for it, then I will believe him.
Ugh, barf. And do you seriously believe that I'd take credit for his cleaning? Have you actually seen his bedroom? I never go in there because that's his personal space, but it is a true trip in there. So if you think that Harley is the one cleaning the house, then you really need to get your head checked.
Stop being so rude. I'm sure he was just too tired to do his room yesterday after cleaning up all of your mess. He'll probably do his room today. After all, cleaning up after someone as slovenly and disgusting as you probably took hours. It probably took all of his energy to do it, so he had none left to clean his own room. Maybe, if you were more like him, then you'd have actually made something of your life by now.
Hang on. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it means exactly what you think it means. You've done absolutely nothing with your life so far. The only thing you do all day is sit in your room and doodle away on paper. Where's the skill in that? I mean, who's going to want to pay for anything that you draw? It's all rubbish. It's not a real job at all. You need to focus on doing something a lot more practical and something that will definitely get you some proper money. Even if people wanted to buy your doodles, they're still not good enough to get you thousands of dollars. You're not an expert artist after all.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel.
I will tell you. You need to get a real job so that you can start providing for this family. Forget about this drawing nonsense and go get an office job. That's what a good, self-respecting person would do, instead of freeloading off of their family. And if you can't get an office job, then maybe you need to go and get a normal job in a shop or something as a cashier. Lord knows you can't screw that up.
Oh, so now I'm a screw-up?
Well, I mean, if the shoe fits.
Wow. Thanks, Mom. That's made me feel a whole lot better about everything. I'm guessing you also think I'm freeloading, huh? Simply because I'm at home a bit more lately? I'm sorry, but have you met your son? Harley does absolutely nothing to help out around the house. He doesn't cook, he doesn't clean, and he certainly doesn't tidy up after himself. Not to mention the fact that he doesn't pay you any money for rent and bills.
Well, that's not his fault. I mean, he'll pay me when he can. It's far more than you pay me anyway.
Mom, he can't pay you anything. He doesn't have a job.
What do you mean he doesn't have a job? He works at the medical office in town. He sorts all of the files out for the patients and takes calls and stuff. I know he does. I've seen him there before.
Yeah, he might have worked there a few months ago, but he was fired.
Fired? What for?
He was stealing drugs, Mom. He's actually got a court date soon for it. If he's really unlucky, he could end up going to jail for what he's done, as it's completely illegal. His only saving grace is that he's an idiot, so he didn't know what to take, and he only ended up taking a prescribed form of anti-hay fever stuff.
No. My boy would never do something like that. He's too good for that.
No, he really isn't. Whereas I give you $400 a month to live here.
Is that so?
Yes, it is. I don't know why you don't seem to believe me.
Okay then. And if you're paying me this $400, where are you getting the money from? Being out of work and all that.
I'm not out of work. Do you honestly not see the $400 that goes into your account every month at the start of the month?
Oh, I see the money. But Harley said that you would say this. He told me what actually goes on. How he gives you the money for you to give to me so that I don't kick you out of the house. He obviously can't afford to give me any money after that because he's giving it to you. He would risk my anger being directed at him simply so you could stay here a little bit longer. Well, nice try, but it didn't work. I don't want any freeloaders in my house.
What are you even on about? I don't take any money off of Harley. I earn all of my money myself, and what I give to you is out of my own pockets because I want to help out however I can to make things easier for you. I know it hasn't been the easiest having me move back in for a little while, so I wanted to prove that it wasn't a bad decision whilst I get back on my feet again.
Oh, please. Look, your lies aren't going to work on me. I know the truth because Harley told me it.
No, he didn't.
So, I want you out of my house by the end of tomorrow.
What? Ugh. Why do you believe everything Harley tells you, but refuse to believe whatever I say?
Because Harley's my perfect son. He would never lie to me. He's too good for that. And frankly, I'm insulted on his behalf that you would accuse him of something like that.
And I'm just a horrible daughter? Is that it?
Look, sometimes things just don't work out in families. You're my daughter, but if I had to choose between you and Harley, then I'm sorry, but I'd pick Harley every time.
Thanks for letting me know how little you value me.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I just think that it's time for you to move on with your life. Move out of my house and get yourself your own place.
Are you actually kicking me out? Like, is this for real?
Yes, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
So you're going to make me move out of my childhood home, the place where I grew up, simply because you think that I don't help with the housework and chores, and that I don't pay you rent?
It's not an unreasonable request, Emma. This is my home, after all. Besides, it's not just because you don't help out around the house. I want your room empty so that I can convert it into an ensuite addition.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. An ensuite? You're kicking me out for an ensuite? How selfish can you get?
I'm selfish? I beg your pardon.
Well, it's true. No loving and caring mother would kick their child out of the house simply so they could build themselves a new bathroom.
And no self-respecting and loving daughter would freeload off of her family simply so that she could doodle all day in her room.
It's not doodling. How many times have I told you that I'm looking to enter into the fashion industry? I'm not just drawing. I'm designing different dresses and clothes and then adding them into my portfolio so that I can apply to different companies and showcase my talent. And I've had quite a lot of people noticing me, actually. Unlike Harley, who just does nothing. I mean, I honestly don't know what he does all day, but it certainly isn't working or helping out around the house.
You're such a horrible sister, bad-mouthing your brother like that. I want you out of my house as soon as possible. Do you understand?
You know what? Fine. But don't come crying to me when you realize what a mistake you've made.
Mistake? It will be the happiest day of my life. Right after the birth of your brother.
Gee, thanks. Well, I can't wait to finally be rid of you and your toxic ways.
I feel the same way. Perfect in every way, that's my son Harley. Get out. If I had to decide, Harley would be my choice.
I've left already. Thank you.
Huh?
You told me that you wanted me out, so I've packed a bag and I'm out the door.
Well, good.
Whatever. See you.
Hey, Emma, I just heard about what happened between you and Mom. What a shame. Honestly, if only things could have worked out for you.
Uh-huh. I thought the exact same thing when you were born.
Jeez, rude.
What do you want, Harley?
Nothing really, just wanted to see for myself that you'd been kicked out. Make sure that you were actually going.
What a productive use of your time. Really, you've excelled yourself this time.
Whatever, you can try and be as smart, alecky, and sarcastic as you want, but at the end of the day, I'm the one staying at home, in a place I don't have to pay a single penny towards, and you're the one getting kicked out. I won.
I might be the one being kicked out, but you definitely haven't won anything. What do you think is going to happen now that I've moved out? Mom is going to want rent money, and that's something you just don't have.
It doesn't matter, Mom loves me, so I'll be able to just do what I want anyway. Anyway, don't you want to know why Mom suddenly wants you gone?
Let me guess. You wanted me gone for some stupid reason?
It's not stupid to want to move into the bigger room. You were just in the way. I did what I had to do in order to get what I wanted.
And you just didn't care who was in your way in the process, huh?
Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as I get what I want, I'm happy.
Oh, whatever. I don't care anymore. Just leave me alone. Besides, I'll be getting a much better and bigger room soon enough.
Huh? What do you mean? Emma?
Emma, sweetie, it's been a while. How are you settling into your new home? Maybe I could visit sometime? What do you think?
What do you want, Susan?
Huh? What do you mean? Can't a mom just talk to her daughter and see how she's doing?
No, you don't care about how I'm doing. I know what you want. I just want to hear you say it.
What's that mean?
Let me guess. You've only just realized that I paid the bills, right? And you've also realized that Harley has absolutely no money and that he will never actually give you anything towards the house and bills. And that, without me, you're likely to be out of a house soon.
I just need a little bit.
Knew it.
Look, it's only $700. It's not that much, especially for you. I heard that you've recently joined a high-end fashion company and that you're earning thousands of dollars a year. You can spare a little bit of money from me.
Nope.
What? What do you mean, nope?
I'm not giving you anything. You treated me like rubbish the entire time that I lived with you. Always taking Harley's word over mine and acting as if I was nothing but a freeloader. You even kicked me out. Just because you want my money now doesn't mean I've forgotten or forgiven you for what you did. You're not getting a penny out of me.
You ungrateful brat. I brought you into this world, so you owe me.
I owe you nothing. I didn't ask to be born. Because if I had, I would have asked for a better mother.
Why,
You've made your bed, now it's time for you to lie in it. You wanted to kick me out. You wanted to hate me and pretend that I wasn't your daughter. Fine, but don't come trying to leech off of me when you want some money. It's not going to happen. I have worked too hard to just give it all away to someone who doesn't respect me. Especially considering the fact that you didn't even support or believe in me when I started doing this. You just called it doodling. Well, my doodling has gotten me quite a long way, no thanks to you. If you want a loan, then you'll have to go to a bank, not me. Now, don't try to contact me again, because I want nothing to do with you or Harley anymore. If you do, I'll just be sure to get a restraining order.
But
Goodbye. Have a nice life. I know I will now that I'm rid of you toxic people. After cutting off my mom and my brother, I felt much more free. It was like a horrible, toxic weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I continued to work in the amazing company that hired me, and I have even started being allowed to work on some of the designs that will be used on the catwalk. I am so excited. I literally can't think of a single better thing to happen to me than this. I've managed to find a really nice place of my own in the city, not too far from my work. It's a lovely flat, which I keep nice and clean so that I can be proud of the place that I am living in. It's nice to finally have my own home where no one can boss me about and try to make me feel small. What I say goes in my house, and it's quite refreshing to be able to tell others what to do for a change. As for my mom and brother, the last I heard was that they had to sell the house as they couldn't pay the bills. My mom moved away to try and start a new life somewhere else, and Harley ended up moving into a horrible, run-down apartment, which he had to work full-time at a diner in order to afford rent for. It's kind of sad, but he also kind of deserves it, as he never once was nice to me or even tried to better himself. Maybe this will be the kickstart he needs to get his life in order.